Zulu Yankee.
Zulu Yankee, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
The name here is Sean. Sean. Out here in Valparaiso, Indiana. Just to see how I'm doing. I'm doing the same or better. I'll be able to, well, I already checked that, but just making sure everything sounds good.
Well, I'm trying to run through some of my SDRs to see if I can get a better copy on you. I don't have as good a copy as I usually do on my local antenna. For whatever reason, I guess it's just propagation, but that's where I think I normally copy you. Sean, we talked before, Roger. Gosh, I didn't even get you on the Kentucky SDR that time. Yeah, I can tell it's going to be one of those afternoons. Mother Nature is not going to be cooperative this afternoon. Roger, Roger.
No, she's not. And yeah, it's raining here now, so we got some weather moving through. So I'm sure that's what it is. I got some static crashes going on, so yeah, propagation, mediocre at best.
Roger, Roger. Sean, what radio are you running today, sir?
This is the FTDX-10, going to a 276-foot Delta loop.
Hey, roger that, roger that. Well, it sounds pretty good. Why don't you tell me about your antenna system there for about 15 seconds or so, and let me listen to you. I'm on my local antenna, which is a tuned dipole antenna, and 7300. So give me the best, or give you the best response recording. So come back for about 15 seconds and tell me about your antenna system.
Well, the antenna I'm using now, it's not set up like a sky loop would be. The apex is about 75 foot in the air, and then it comes down to about 12 feet off the ground. The horizontal section is about 12 feet off the ground, and I fed it in the corner with a 4-to-1, 1-to-1 balance, and it just did a sweep the other day, and 6 through 80. There's not a band that's above 1.9 SWR, and the lowest I think is like 1.2. So with the tuner, it does a fantastic job.
Oh, roger, roger. Sounds like that. Now, have you verified that you are in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandpass?
Give me 1 second. I don't have my computer on, so I have to go through the menu here to double check.
That 100 to 2900 is an important setting, because if it's less than that, you'll be chopping off the top end frequency response, which is not going to help you. And you know, if it's more than that, then you'll be always in somebody else's conversation, unbeknownst to them why you are. Roger.
Roger that. Yeah, I'm there now. Yep, 100, 2900. So that I was at 300. That cut off a lot of the lower end. And I'm a close talker and a soft talker, so I'm right up on the microphone.
Right, you're doing a 300 to 2900 now?
100 to 2900.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think you sounded really good when you came up on that mic. come up there and let me hear you a little bit more.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm right here. I'm probably about 4 inches away from the microphone. I got the microphone on a boom so that I can swing it out of the way, lay back, relax. I don't like hand mics. The only thing I use with a hand mic is my 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and GMRS radio. Other than that, I use this or every other radio.
Oh, roger that. And you're running a 30 on compression. Is that a roger?
On my compression, it's set at like 15. I don't use a lot of compression. I don't use any EQ in the radio whatsoever. That goes through the mixing board. I do the EQing on the mixing board. I just got better results with that. So that's what I want to continue using.
Oh, roger that. Now, just a question: where is your your internal mic level control? Hopefully, it's around a 4 or 5. Roger, roger.
I got that set at about 10. I'm not hitting the front end of the radio, nowhere near nowhere near at a level that would hurt it. I always keep that low, and I only use just enough gain to pick my voice up without getting a whole bunch of background noise. AC9ZY.
Roger that. But the thing is, the level, when you come in the front end, you come into a preamp section. The volume is in the next section. So if you come in at a 1, you're going to be close to over mod on that first preamp section. What we suggest is that you adjust your internal mic level to a 4 or 5, and then back off of the input drive to where at a 4 or 5 you can set your modulation automatic level control, your ALC meter to mid-scale to a 7 actually on that radio. As you say the word audio. So it would be saying the word audio, looking at your ALC meter, and adjusting your internal radio gain to a 4 or 5, and then backing off on your external drive of your stuff to make it work out right. Roger?
Down to 5, and I can tell you that it's a whole lot quieter on your end.
Roger, kind of faded out on my my 7300. I had to go to my Virginia SDR, but the whole idea is to keep your radio gain in a medium position, so you make sure you've got latitudes of audio adjustment prior to distortion one way or the other. When you get down into those lower input levels, then you could easily swamp that first section of preamp. So by adjusting your internal amp gain to a 4 or 5, and then adjusting the outboard gain as you say the word audio and look at your ALC meter, that will give you a nice input level. Roger?
Give you a nice input level. Roger?
Roger that. you got to make sure if you're saying 4 or 5, make sure you're telling them on a scale of what, because mine goes from 0 to 100. If it was 0 through 10, then yeah, 5. I tried the 5, and yeah, that does not work. I have it at 10 now, and I put it back to where I had it, and my ALC is sitting there bouncing right there at about 5 to 7. So it's it seems to be working quite well. I mean, I've been using this radio for what, a year and a half or more. So yeah, I think this is about as good as I can get this radio to sound.
Roger. Well, just, what I'm saying is that the input to your mic is not 0 level or +6 or whatever. Is considerably lower. It's -55 actually. So if you're coming out of your mixer at your line out, you need to put a pad in there or something to bring that level down. If you're coming in the front end onto the mic, since you have a 0 to 100 input mic level, you should be running 40 or so on that input mic, just to be sure you're staying out of distortion in the front end of that first preamp.
First preamp.
Yeah, being a musician and recording audio for many years, I have a direct box. I don't go directly from the mixing board into the radio. I use a direct box. Got a 10 and a 20 dB pad. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. But this, I noticed when I would put the gain on the radio at like 35 or 40, and then use the mixer, it did not sound good at all. It didn't sound good at all. I got recordings of it. It sounds horrendous. So the way I have it now, and I've got nothing but excellent audio reports. So I'm very hesitant to change anything after screwing around with it and making sure everything was working properly.
Roger. Well, I'm back on my 7300, and I do hear a little something there at the on the peaks, but it's nothing major. And does that FTDX-10 does that have DC on the mic input?
Does it have what? I didn't catch those last things you said.
DC for electret microphone, does it furnish that? And you need to block that, if it does have DC present on the audio input to the FTDX-10 for a electret microphone.
Don't quote me, but I believe it does not. The cable that I have, I actually bought the cable when I bought the radio from Heil. So it's not something I just cobbled together. Like I said, I don't know what kind of what you're hearing on the peak. It can't be distortion, because I don't see anything on my scope that is showing me that I am there's any kind of distortion going out of the radio, from what I can tell.
Roger. Well, it would be fairly easy if you'd be interested. We could conduct a sidewalk scientific experiment. I don't know if you would be up for it or not, but if you would be, take your mic gain in your radio up to 50, and if you can easily turn back your gain on your outboard stuff to where you can get 0 on your ALC meter when you say the word audio, and we'll just double check to make sure it's not front end distortion.
9ZY, KC9ZY, audio. All right, well, that's with it at 50, and my oscilloscope looks not as good. You tell me exactly what you're hearing on your end.
I hear just slightly a bit of bass, a little more bass than where it was, but I still hear that noise. There's an adjustment there. Let me, let's see here. Let me bring up that, my notes on that. Of course, it's somewhere here in amongst my notes. Oh gosh, audio set low. No. Shoot, I can't find it now. I forget what it is. It's something in the audio setup that's different from any other radio that I ever run across. But I can't see it right now, unfortunately. Wait a minute, no, that's not right. Gosh. I'm running, I got a pad here, a tablet, and it's got all kinds of stuff, and over the period of time I've added a bunch of stuff, and so I used to be able to go right to it, and it's called Radio Notes. Well, let me check under R. Oh no, not that. I don't see it now. But anyway, it sounds really good. Now, what I'm doing is just kind of nitpicking, but it does, that last adjustment where you had your internal mic gain at 5 and your external mic mixer adjusted down to give you 0 level. I'm not 0 level, but 7 on your ALC meter when you said the word audio. It just gave you a little more bass than what you had, but essentially, I'm wondering, that sweet spot on the ALC meter is to the right of center at 7. Roger.
Roger that. Yeah, that's usually right where I keep it. It bounces like right now. Audio. It's just above 7. So yeah, I think somebody else out there said something. I didn't quite catch it. Maybe a comment about my audio, or I'm not sure.
Yes, I didn't hear it, so it must have been when I was talking, and I can't find my my notes on that radio, but there's another adjustment there. Now I can't even recall what the heck it was called. But anyway, you're sounding good, man. And, check out your recording. I'm on my local antenna, 7300, so it's going to be, the best of the bunch as far as actual recording off the air. We run very low RF in the front end of the 7300, so we don't have any suck-up between the words, like RF compression in the front end. And so I think you'll like your recording. Roger?
Roger there, KC9ZY. And I believe the setting you're looking for is control the ANC level. I played with that, and I played with that a lot. And 55 is the sweet spot for my setup.
You're absolutely correct. That's exactly what I was looking for, and the numbers are correct also. So you got it going on, man. I'm sitting here sweating my brain trying to remember what the heck that was.
Roger that. Yeah, I know. I may sound sharp as a marble, but I know a couple things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's and the other thing on the other side of the coin is that when you're up to a 5 coming in with an external device, you stand the problem of hum as one thing from ground loops and stuff. Obviously the lower you have that mic input, internal mic input, the less ground loops are going to show up, Roger.
Yes, and that is exactly what the direct box is for. I forget the one that I have, the exact specs on it. But if you don't run a direct box with your radio and your mixer, I don't advise it. You definitely should run a direct box that has the ground lift switch, has the 10 and 20 dB pad. Yeah, they're not a lot of money, and they really help.
Roger. Now, have you ever contemplated going in from the back of the radio instead of through the mic aspect?
No, I haven't. Never. That has never even crossed my mind.
Roger. Well, probably ultimately that would be the cleanest way to gain access to your audio, transmit audio through the backside there. I guess you would come in at almost a 0 level on that sucker. You'd bypass that front preamp. That would negate I think that negates your internal equalization. It negates your compression. And it negates like I say, the front preamp tube. That's another way. I've heard a lot of guys come in the backside, and it's just another way of doing it, Roger. Probably a cleaner way, but I don't. I come in the front, and I got a ton of stuff attached to that. We're recording video, audio, and all kinds of stuff on that input, and I just, there for a while it was touch and go until I got a couple of things straightened out, and I'm using an ART preamp with a home-built Electret microphone, and it was a case of wanting to get the best sound possible, but still feed everything else, so that's what I'm doing. I started with a, what is that? Well, mine fails me right now. But anyway, I've always come in the front end, and then I have on this ART preamp, I'm running about 10 dB below max output. So if I want to check to see how close I am to blowing up, I just turn the mic gain up those other 10 dB, and if things don't take off like a big bird, I know I'm in pretty good shape, Roger.
KC9ZY. Yeah, I had it was made by Steinberg. It was a Steinberg UR824. It had it was 8 inputs. It had really good, clean, very clean mic preamps on it, and then got rid of that, and then I went to a Scarlett Focusrite Scarlett interface to use with the DOS software, and that's how I was doing it before. But my computer would just heat this room up, so I stopped doing that. I could do anything, limiters and you name it, that the program had it, and it made a huge difference. But it just made the room too hot.
Roger. Now listen, you're a dedicated ham radio operator. I'm surprised at you being scared away by a little heat going on.
Well, I'm not in a very small room. I'm not in a large room. This room's about 13 by 18, and I have a south-facing window. So the sun is basically blasting in that window all day long. And I am at the very end of the ductwork. My house is 5,200 square feet. So you can imagine how long that runs all the way from the lower level. So if I am talking on the radio, if I'm using the amplifier and the computer, this room with the air conditioning will get to be about 82 degrees. Nope. I will just use a $100 mixer, and I will be happy with that.
Yeah, roger that. I understand. I wish I could do that. I've got about the same problem as you, but I've got a 4-inch fan mounted just above the one of the monitors that I normally look at. So I'm looking right into a little 4-inch fan, and it's just breezing along just perfect, Roger.
Roger that. Yeah, well, that's another thing, too, is I have 2 Astron power supplies. And you know those things, they put off a decent amount of heat themselves. So I got 2 of those. I got an ICOM 2730A. I got a little Anytone 778UE. That I'm going to be using for GMRS, and the FTDX-10, and the AL572. There's a lot of heat generated, and I'm sure you get it. And then to top it all off, a 55-inch screen above the desk. So yeah, there's quite a bit of heat being generated.
Yes, sir. But you know, it's all worth it for ham radio. I mean, it's just the heat's kind of a byproduct that we have to deal with one way or the other. I've got these little 4-inch fans are just beautiful. I've got one sitting on top of my PA that just comes down, blows. Let's see how that is. I don't know if it's sucking up or blowing down, but it's just on top of my my PA, and we've been running that PA for never mind. I won't even go there, Roger.
Roger that. Yeah, I run my amplifier on 120 volts. There really is a negligible difference between 120 and 240 for the performance of the amplifier. So I just decided to run 12 gauge Romex, and a dedicated 20 amp circuit just for the amplifier. But yeah, it gets warm. It gets warm. I got a 52-inch ceiling fan going above me, and you're probably hearing some of that noise too.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have as clean a copy on you as I would like to have. To hear that. It's let's see. The noise level is probably like 10 dB below your voice, or your voice is 10 dB above my of your noise level coming into my station, and so I can't get that crystal clear down to the bottom thing. That I really loved that kind of conversation, but you got Mother Nature just doesn't cooperate a lot of the time, where she could just as easily give me a 30 over and really super quiet situation. Roger.
KC9ZY. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's Mother Nature is not doing anybody any favors today. So, but I won't keep you. I got to go take care of some stuff around the house, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I appreciate the QSO here. So I'll say 73 to you, and I'll be clear on your final. AC9ZY.
Oh gosh, the best signal of the day right there. All right, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000 Qso-Vlog aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So let me say 73 to you, Sean. Have a great afternoon, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. 73. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.